It's great to be back in Sacramento. I first came here in 1866 on the good steamer Antelope. I remember stepping on the wooden dock just across the way on the Sacramento River. Sacramento was a rough and tumble place in those days. In fact, I called this place the city of saloons. Not that I'm complaining on you, but even then, Sacramento was a friendly place, and a place that loved to celebrate. Probably all those saloons had something to do with it. The people here had a reputation for kindness. Why, in these very buildings, Sacramento's earliest Christmas celebrations took place, often with travelers thousands of miles away from home and family. One of the places where travelers loved to celebrate with the locals was in a building just behind you. The What Cheer House. Yes, this famous building was named for a friendly salutation common in the Gold Rush. People greeted each other with, "What cheer, partner?" Well, such a friendly place to spend the holidays soon became known as the What Cheer House. The celebrations were legendary. Not to be outdone was another popular social gathering place just a short way down the street. The Ebner Hotel. The Ebner Hotel was built in 1856 and was Sacramento's newest and most elegant place to stay. With its ornamental facade and elaborately decorated interior, the Ebner Hotel is said to have been one of John Sutter's favorite places to frequent as a guest of this hotel. Now, if you'll turn your attention back to this side of the street, I'd like to present to you the Howard House. Yep, built in 1859, this building was a place in which many a homesick traveler along the western frontier would celebrate the season. Now we come to the oldest building in Sacramento besides Sutter's Fort. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the venerable Lady Adams building. Built in 1852, it is the only building to survive that terrible fire of 1854. That fire destroyed most of the city. Say it survived because of how it was built. Well built to survive the years. Yes, like the fine residents of this fair city, Lady Adams is tough and resilient. It also survived several floods, which were known to dampen the celebration here and there back in the early days. Yes, before the streets were raised along with many of these buildings, flooding was a common happening in the winter months. Through it all, the Lady Adams stands proud, ready to celebrate its 160th holiday season. Now let's harken back to the time when this whole area was known for wearing the green. And the railroad would haul in hundreds of cypress trees to decorate for the season. The merchants of this city would bring out their finest goods for the holiday. A feeling of goodwill came over the citizens. One of the lasting traditions to travel across the years, from pioneer days to modern times, the printing of the poem The Night Before Christmas. In fact, this poem graced the front page of the very first Christmas Eve edition of Sacramento Bee, 1857. It has also been a tradition in my home to gather around our great tree and read the poem on Christmas Eve. Children always love to listen and watch as the tree seems to come alive. But now, if you'll indulge me, was the night night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums
There's a sugar plum. Tell them, you come right here.
danced in their heads. Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave luster at midday to objects below. When, like my wondering eyes should appear, with a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
Look, it's Santa!
Little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled, shouted, called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all!
Dry leaves it before the wild hurricane fly. Each little obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof, prancing and pawing, each little hoop. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
That's more like it. It is perfect. Oh, what else do we have in here? How did that fit in there?
His eyes, how he twinkled, his temples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. Winked his eye and twisted his head. Soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, and went straight to his work.
It sure is dark out there. I think his old buildings could use just a little more holiday cheer.